Good morning, my loves. Welcome back. Today I have a goodie for you. I'm trying to make this a quick video, but since we're going to talk about all 12 signs, I can't promise how quick this is going to be. We're talking about Mercury Cazimi. Mercury Cazimi is when Mercury meets the Sun, when Mercury moves into the heart of the Sun. And Mercury Cazimi is going to be exact on the 22nd of December. And I want to talk to you about what this means for your rising sign, right? Because depending on what house this falls into your chart, that's where the energy is going to be more potent. And that energy is kind of like a light bulb moment. I always look at it as a light bulb moment where you all of a sudden have these insights where you're like, whoa, oh, that's what this means. Oh, that's what I should do. Oh, that's the line action I need to take. So yeah, it's like something is illuminated within you, and it comes up to your conscious mind, to your logical thinking mind, and you're like, okay, from that place, I'm going to take my action now. So let's start with Aries. Aries rising. Aries and Aries rising. If you're in Aries, this energy may feel a little more subjective. If you're an Aries rising, this is an energy where you are probably feel it much more physically, and it is also very noticeable to the people around you. So for you, this is going to happen in the 10th house. Now the 10th house is your highest purpose. It is your ambition. It's your aspirations in life. It is your professional life, usually. And when you have this Cazimi phase in your 10th house, you may have a light bulb moment when it comes to your work. Maybe you realize, wait a minute, what am I doing? I'm like in the wrong space. That could mean the wrong job, but also maybe just the wrong company or the wrong position. Maybe you're gonna have a conversation with your boss about up-leveling in the company. Or if you are working for yourself, this could mean you all of a sudden see how to do something differently. Maybe something hasn't worked and you haven't understood why it hadn't worked. Now you get it and you're like, whoa, how about me doing it that way? Could make all the difference. Now Taurus. Taurus, for you, this is going to happen in your 9th house. And the 9th house is the house of expansion. It's the house of the belief system. It is the house of higher learning, traveling, exploring the world. And when you have a Cazimi in this area, you might have the realization that maybe you want to go back to school. Maybe you're ready to teach something. Maybe you've learned something and now you're like, oh, I have to share this with the world. Maybe you just want to go and explore the world. Maybe this is like your light bulb moment where you're like, I think it's time for me to do this trip. Whatever it is, trust that intuition, trust that light bulb moment, and take action. Right? Take action. This is an action. This is a very action-oriented aspect. Gemini and Gemini rising. For you, this is happening in the 8th house, and the 8th house is the house of, the depth, the underworld, the layers, the deeper layers that are ingrained in us, where we do all our inner child work and where we change and shift and rearrange things so life works in our favor and we are living our life and not someone else's life. And you might have that light bulb moment. Something maybe within you is illuminated in this area where you're like, okay, I get it. I have to get that skeleton out of my closet. I have to allow it to, release. I have to cut the cord. I have to let it evaporate. Maybe you also realize that you need help with that. And maybe you get a coach. Maybe you get a therapist. Maybe you take a course online that may help you, take action in this area. Whatever it is, really utilize this energy in a very action-oriented way, meaning do something. This is a doing aspect. Then Cancer and Cancer rising, for you, this is going to fall into the 7th house, and this is probably going to relate to your relationships. So something in your relationships is going to be illuminated. in your partnerships, maybe you're realizing, well, this is not working for me anymore, or something hasn't been working and now you realize why it hasn't been working. And maybe now you can, shift things within you, but also in the relationships to make things work again. Or if it doesn't work, maybe now it's time to, make the move, quite literally. Maybe you have to make the move. Whatever it is for you, take the action and really trust that energy, right? You got to trust this enlightened moment, because it will be a sort of enlightened moment that we sense, where we're like, oh, how did I not see this before? If you're not in a relationship, just saying, because some of you might not be in a relationship, this can relate to, to a business partner, but also to a friendship, to a long-term friendship, like something that has been with you for a longer time, or someone that has been with you for a longer time. Then Leo rising, for you, this is happening in the 6th house. The 6th house, the house of health and your day-to-day routine. Now, this may relate to your health and day-to-day routine, where you realize, well, this routine that I've been having is not working. What have I been doing? Why is, I'm not feeling aligned. I'm not feeling like myself. I don't feel like my best self. What do I need to do? What do we need to change in my routine now to feel more like myself and do things from a more aligned place? Yeah, this might be your light bulb moment this month. Then Virgo and Virgo rising, for you, this is going to fall under the 5th house. Beautiful. This can relate to your creative self-expression, where you realize, oh my God, something hasn't worked for me in my endeavors, and now you have like a creative insight, a creative light bulb moment, where you're like, oh my God, I should do it this way. I should just try it this way. This is more playful. This is more fun. This is more joyful. This is just like, it feels much more like me. Also, this could relate to your romantic life, where, you spice up your romance in a way that is very unexpected. So, yeah, in either way, this is beautiful. It's a beautiful one for you, because the 5th house is so joyful, so playful. So I think there will be, definitely a joyful moment. When you have this insight, it will feel like joy within you. It will feel like, fun and pleasure and just excitement. Then for Libra rising, this is the 4th house for you. You might have a light bulb moment when it comes to where you live, how you live, but also your family. Maybe this could go really deep, actually. This could relate to your mother or your father, and you might make a connection about something that has been happening in your life right now, right? Something that has been going on in your life that, you don't really understand where it comes from. So let's just say it related to your relationships. Maybe you had a breakup and you didn't feel seen, you didn't feel heard, whatever it is. And you didn't understand why you called that person into your life. Why, you didn't understand that this Cazimi phase might give you an insight. It might make you understand how it relates to your past. Maybe you've thought about, well, does it relate to my mother? Does it relate to my father? Maybe it could, but I don't really see it. Maybe this Cazimi is going to help you to see it. It helps you make that connection, so you can really resolve that relationship. You can really, let it go and be done with it, be done with that pattern. Then for Scorpio rising, this is the 3rd house aspect for you. And this may relate to your immediate surrounding, your social life, your social circle, but it can also relate to early life conditioning and early life conditioning in terms of what you've learned, right? Schooling. And maybe you have a light bulb moment in that area where you realize, oh, this has been conditioned. This is a conditioned pattern that I have with people around me, the way I go about my day, the way I go about my life. And that's how I can change it, right? I gotta change it. Again, having a light bulb moment isn't just about having a light bulb moment. It is about then taking the action to utilize what you've learned through that light bulb moment, right? Changing things, not just having a light bulb moment and then like, okay, yeah, whatever. Utilizing the inspiration that came in. Then for Sagittarius rising, this is the second house. Now for you, this is probably going to relate to your belongings, to your money, to your worthiness. It is a worthiness aspect for you, where you are either going really deep and understand that you're not really embodying your innate worthiness, right? You're still trying to justify why you want what you want, and try to work really hard to get it, and try to make yourself feel deserving. And maybe you're realizing, well, what have I been doing? I can just decide that I'm worthy because I am, obviously, and take action from that place without having to just like try to make someone else see me as deserving, and then through that, get what I want. But it's about you seeing yourself as deserving and then take action from that place. That's how it works. Also, this could be just no, not just, but it could be a money thing for you also, where you work on your money mentality, and where you realize, oh my God, I have to shift things. I have to allow myself to see things differently when it comes to money, when it comes to making money, when it comes to receiving money, when it comes to allowing money in. Yeah, and then Capricorn rising, this is happening in your first house. This is probably going to be a light bulb moment that shifts your perspective, that shifts the way you approach life, and that might even shift your approach to life in terms of going into a new direction, right? Maybe you have a light bulb moment where you're like, oh, whoa. Now that shifts everything. Why don't I go into that direction? I don't even know why I went there. Maybe you went there because someone else told you this is where you're supposed to go. Maybe now you're realizing, nope, not my path. I've been on the wrong one. Let me realign. Then for Aquarius and Aquarius rising, for you, this is happening in the 12th house. Spirituality, reconnecting with that spiritual essence. Maybe you realize that you need a moment to yourself. Maybe you want to go on a retreat. Maybe you just want to reconnect with yourself again, and meditate, do yoga, like utilize some Eastern philosophies that can help you to center yourself again, and from that place then move forward. Maybe you feel like maybe not completely, but maybe you feel a little bit unstable with who you are, right? From a soul perspective. And this is a time where you can really center yourself again, and utilize all the good things that we can utilize, like meditation, and also journaling work. Journaling work is probably a really beautiful thing to do for you right now, because we're talking about Mercury. And Mercury is, right, utilizing also our intellectual capacities, and writing, thinking, and through that connect with your soul essence. And then last but not least, Pisces and Pisces rising. For you, this is happening in the 11th house, the house of the house of the humanitarian. They like to say that, but I like to call it the house of our bigger vision, your bigger dreams, your bigger aspirations, right? The 10th house is the house of aspirations. The 11th house is the house of bigger aspirations, because these are the aspirations where we share with the world. And the 10th house, it's for us, right? We do this for us, or maybe our family, of course, right? 4th house, 10th house axis. But in the 11th house, we see the bigger vision. We see it from the perspective of, okay, what do I leave behind? What do I do for the world? How does what I do change the world? And you might say, well, isn't that a little too much? No, because everyone leaves a footprint. Everyone is here to give, to contribute to the world. And we don't all do that in the same way. We don't all do that by volunteering in the food kitchen, or by, going to a third world country and volunteering there. Some of us might do it that way, right? That's some people's paths, right? That might be the case, but it's not like that for everyone. You have to find your way. And maybe And this Cazimi is giving you an insight of what your way is. What your way of giving back to the world is, right? What are you contributing? What are you leaving behind? What's your footprint? So yeah, it is a beautiful time of the year. If you have any more questions about this aspect or this video or astrology in general, leave me a comment in the comment section. If you want a reading, you can book a reading by clicking on the link in the description box. And if you are interested in working with me one-on-one for the coming year, you can also message me. There's an email in the comment section, not in the comment section, in the description box. And you can just message me there, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So have a beautiful Christmas season, if that's when you watch this video. Otherwise, have a beautiful day, a beautiful week, a beautiful month, and I will see you in the next video.